she couldn't guarantee that, but she wanted to follow us. So she followed us, took all this time.
It's a right. You have the right. It's not a privilege.
And I didn't invoke it. We invoked it. We did their right. We walked to the woman who walked topless at Bele Chere. They followed us. They couldn't find anything negative. There was no bad behavior by anybody. And they both quit. One of them on Saturday, Barbara on Saturday, John Fletcher on Sunday. They followed us, they took pictures, they did everything they could, but they never showed a bad incident. But now the crazy Christian guys on the megaphones, I've got a 15-minute video of that, and that's the worst thing I've seen in public my whole life. It's incredible. I think that's part of the very group that's putting pressure on us.
Well, they're not city people. Mum Power is, but Mum Power lives way up on the mountain.
I heard that a lot of those preacher guys are from Inslee, South Carolina. I don't know if that's true or not.
Even he's not really a city person. That mountain, you can see that mountain's pretty spread out. That's not a city.
Yeah, he's a former city councilman.
Right.
But he's not a city person.
Right. Yeah. Well, he lives within the city limits, but on the fringes.
Now, I have emailed the mayor.
But it goes to the definition of local.
I've emailed the mayor 3 times. I've called the mayor. I tried to email the city attorney. They will not give out their email. Your city attorney that you're paying money to run this will not give out his email. And the same with the city manager. I don't know if he or she will not give out their email. They will not talk. They will not talk to people, and they will not give out their email.
Oh, I have their email.
I've sent email to everyone on the city council, everyone at City Hall, the mayor, tried. I couldn't do 2 of them because they wouldn't give it out. I did get to the assistant city manager. All they do is send me back to the police, and I go, I've got the police training the police to be criminals. How are they going to stop it? Look at the evidence room and all the crap in the evidence room, and 2 people took. They cover up. They cover up. They have 2 people. Mr. Hogan resigned, and the person that ran the evidence room was fired. But yet, the city of Asheville shows the evidence room. There's 7 computers in there. I think there's more than 2 people. And there's a wreck. It was a mess. And they're putting people in jail based on evidence in that evidence room. It's a shock. And I believe they have 2,200 cases that they can't solve now because they don't know where their evidence is. So you got criminals running around if they can't put in jail because of their misdeed, and then they want to stop us with 4 cops surround us with 2 topless women and an old man. That's what they did. 4 cops surrounded us. We were out for less than 5 minutes. We walked from North Spruce to College to North Market, and before we got to Vincenti's Restaurante, we were surrounded by cops in Pincer.
Where did you say that you're going to post all this stuff?
It's going to be on YouTube and whoever, Facebook, social media. This was on April 16th and 17th.
If you search for your name, it'll come up.
Jeff Johnson, just search for it, it'll come up.
Arrested, is that right?
They did not arrest us. What they did is they stopped us and they said, we have 6 complaints about you. There was actually 1, and it was a prompted complaint. It wasn't a real complaint. So I've got the 911 call. Okay, you can get it from the Freedom of Information. This woman says that she came out of the courthouse. Says, I just walked out of the courthouse and I saw it. I saw their boobs. They were flopping everywhere. You got to do something about it. So the 911 says, where were they on College Street? I'm thinking, how does he know they're on College Street? There's 4 streets around the courthouse. So the person says, change the subject. Says, I think one of them's going to take her pants off. So they asked again, are they naked? And then which direction are they going? She couldn't say which direction we were going. Because when you go to the courthouse, you can't see North Spruce or College Street right up there. You can't do it. I've got a video of that. I've walked every square inch. You can't see where we were. So the only complaint they had was prompted. It wasn't a real complaint. Okay, so they stopped us. They said, we have 6 complaints. A woman fell down because of you. A man ran his car over the curb. Where we would like for you to cover up so that we don't have to work so hard, because we're going to have to make complaints against you all day long, and we're going to continue stopping you and doing incident reports. They let people walk through us while they were interrogating the women about their personal information. They walked right through. They grabbed one man and pulled him in when this woman named Ashley was giving her private information. Okay? Then, when they got done, they did not file an incident report in either one, the 16th or the 17th. When you stop somebody and you interrogate them, you got to do an incident report. Would you like them stopping you, getting your phone number and name and address and date of birth and putting it in their pocket? Would you like it? That's what they did, and I've got it on video. So, no, they didn't arrest us. They had no grounds. We were doing nothing wrong. We were painfully following every law we possibly could because we knew we would be a target. So we did everything as nice as we possibly could. They stopped us anyway, and they knew it was wrong. That's why they didn't do incident reports. Both days they stopped us. Both days. Oh, and here's the dispatch. The dispatcher gets a call about Topless. She puts Topless into the system, it won't go because it's not illegal. So here's what she does, she puts public indecency. Well, that is a criminal offense. So naturally they come and they see we're not indecent, that we're doing according to the law. Mr. Mumpire would say what we're doing is indecent, but the law says no. So they couldn't do an incident report because they broke the law to stop us. There's a police privilege law, they have to have probable cause. They had none. As soon as they drove up, they knew we had, the only thing they were saying was public indecency, which was made up because they had to get it on the computer. So it was amazing from start to finish how unprofessional they were. There were 3 of them. There were 4 in the stop. One is a sergeant, one is an officer, 2 are officers, and 1 was a trainee. And all these lying and not doing the incident report, we're training the trainee, and that's why I'm so upset, because this means they are training people to be criminal policemen. Hopefully just that was the only instance, but I doubt it. These guys, the officers, the officer and the sergeant, they were acting so cool about this. And by the way, when one of them breaks a law, the other has a legal obligation to intervene. And it's in the Constitution. It's a constitutional right, just like equality. And so each one of them saw all of these crimes being done by these police, making stuff up, stopping us when they shouldn't. None of them intervened. Not on anything that they did.
What were the crimes that the police were perpetrating?
They broke the police privilege law. They committed what's called noble cause corruption. That's going around all the corners, cutting corners and not doing things the correct way. They did not file an incident report.
Violated the Fifth Amendment by anything you say can be used against you.
They violated several of our civil rights. They treated us differently. We were treated because I was with women. If I was with 2 men that were topless, we would have been treated that way. So we were treated the way we were treated because I was with women. And they were treated that way because they are women, and that is gender specific. It's unconstitutional, it's illegal. So, but you guys can all see it on the video. I got a video.
Where are you going to go from here? You had that happen, you had this today. What's in the future?
Well, I don't know.
Are you going to continue with Asheville?
I'll come here probably next year. I'll probably certainly come around. But
do you have something like this again next year?
Well, she's the real person that runs it.
Okay.
This is Donna Newman.
Yeah, and I've met her.
She's the real deal. And I'm not Aurelian, but you know, the things Aurelians do, I just love them. The things they do are things that I agree with. There's nothing they do that I just think, oh, I don't believe in their belief, but then, you know, I don't really have a belief about how things got started. I guess I'm an agnostic. I've just never. But you would be well placed if you had Aurelian as a neighbor. Really good neighbor.
And read the book, it's free.
No, because I don't
belief
have
system
anything.
is not
I don't have any
really
beliefs about it.
based on trying to get people consciously to understand.
The 2 they hired that
you don't have to get
Mr.
on your
Anderson
hands and
had
knees and pray.
2 new people that he hired. They went in the evidence room. They've been missing for 2 weeks.
By people like ourselves,
when only 2 people take the hit for the evidence room, which is the hugest thing.
they just have
and
a
I've
higher
got them training
technology than we do. And one day we're going to be able to create
training
lives,
to be a
which we're doing.
So
One day in the future, and that's why these kinds of things are important, because we're raising consciousness step by step,
and get to the
that we will create
really
totally
was shocked
synthetic
when
human
no one in the
beings.
media, I never told you, so
And then
you're covered.
we're
But when
so
everyone in the media
commended
refused to
because,
write,
wow, is that going to be a
but
real
in Huntsville, Alabama, they wrote about it.
they
where I'm
have
from.
rights? So,
And I called 16
we're getting there
attorneys,
soon.
and none of them returned
but because we've reached this age of
my number,
technology
the
right
reason
now,
is they're afraid.
that once we
People
break
are afraid
through
of the police here.
the nanotechnology, things are going to go
There's
very fast. And then they'll come
I've
back.
only spoken
They'll
to
come
3
back
people
and they'll
that
give us
even saw
hopefully
it.
the inheritance we would deserve
My
as their
wife is
children.
not happy
Live
with
in a
it.
peaceful,
She has
beautiful
nothing to do with it.
planet.
It's kind of strange that he wants to come.
Thank you. But go to the web. Did you have one of the flyers?
Like I said, my wife and I, we don't agree on everything. We never have.
through gotopless.org, you can find where I alter. Awesome. The book is intelligent.
Right, I don't try to control her. She doesn't try to control me. Thank you. I mean, she's.
So Donna, you get to stay in Asheville for a while?
I won't know that until I get to my home, get to my hotel to find out if my flight's been canceled because of the hurricane. So.
I was down in Miami just a couple weeks ago down there doing a job.
In the 1960s, my grandmother was in Columbus, Georgia, and the other in Tennessee, Alabama. They were leading those protests and marches in Columbus around the Martin Luther King.
Something tells me no.
I used to actually photograph him.
I remember one time my mother went to see him.
I think it's cute and funny, and there's enough women that had their pictures taken with him.
Was the only
I don't know that I
white
need
person in the
to.
entire audience. Prejudice was really thick back then. I saw the white drinking fountain, the white males, the colored males.
Oh, I'm sure he had some spies here, but it wasn't.
That's my mother, you know, their water
It wasn't the
different,
kind
stomach
of
different, you know,
event that he was hoping for. He wanted rowdiness
and then
people jumping in the
when
air.
the civil rights passed,
It didn't happen.
it didn't just happen.
Did I have my picture took with you?
Prejudice against black.
Picture took with me, sir.
Yeah, will you take it, please? All I gotta do is aim it and press the button.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Thank you. Appreciate it.